Back in 2019, I redesigned an old OC and gave it the name Tempo. At first, he was just a mascot for my YouTube channel, but as time went on, I wanted to give him a backstory so he wasn't just a random character I'd use instead of my ugly mug. So for fun, I made an anime style opening to show a bit of his lore, and that got me thinking, why not make this a full series? At the time, I had no real animation experience. My background was in pixel art edits and smaller pieces I'd made in Fire Alpaca. But I liked drawing, I knew a bit about video editing from helping a friend with his YouTube videos, so I figured, why not? Fast forward to now, and I'm 4 episodes in. Today, I'm gonna break down how I made that very first episode of my indie animation series, Tempo's Trouble. Now, for some reason, I decided MS Paint would be what I'd be using to animate this thing. Weird choice, I know, but I like the simple colors and pixelated brush. It reminded me of Homestuck and gave the episode a unique look. Plus, I've always been inspired by shows like OKKO, where they used unique brushes for line art. This was being done before MS Paint had layers, so everything was done on a single layer, without storyboards as well. I just sketched out ideas in a notebook and relied on whatever I pictured in my head. Since I didn't know much about animation fundamentals back then, only a few things were actually animated. For the most part, I used still frames, kinda like an old school anime. All the backgrounds, besides some anime speed lines I got from YouTube, were done in MS Paint too. Before the final frame, where I wanted something a little more polished, I switched over to Paint.net, a free art program with filters, effects, and downloadable plugins, so it was pretty much a game changer for adding those little extra details. Once I had all the frames and backgrounds drawn, I moved everything over to Hit Film Express to edit. I still use this software today, but back then it was really a hassle to do the editing on my old computer. Tons of lag, plenty of crashes. Saving consistently was the only way I kept from losing hours of work. Luckily, because I'd already made that anime opening prior, I had a decent idea of how to piece it all together. Even if it looked a little low budget with the moving still frames, I was pretty proud of how it turned out. All the sound effects for this episode were ripped straight from video games and anime. The music tracks were all pulled from the same places. Since I wasn't aiming to make any money from this, using other media's audio wasn't a big concern for me at the time. I enjoyed adding the sound effects and music to this, cause I really felt like everything was coming to life once it had audio. Plus, syncing the music to the action scenes was a fun challenge. The credits were inspired by Steven Universe. Just a peaceful shot of Tempo's treehouse at sunset with a soft piano tune. Finally, I threw it up on YouTube and Newgrounds. Did pretty good on YouTube, but it did really well on Newgrounds. I got genuine feedback from people and it really helped me improve a ton for episode 2. It also felt really nice to actually release something on Newgrounds after years of watching content on that site. Now, fast forward 5 years and 4 episodes later, I can say that I've definitely improved. With each episode, I'm still learning new things. The journey's been great. I can't wait to keep pushing the series forward. Hey, welcome to the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. It was really nice kind of going down memory lane and seeing how I made that old episode. And I also want to say huge shout outs, what the fuck? Huge shout outs to my pals over on Discord who also helped me out when I released the opening in the first episode. They gave me a lot of feedback as well, and I'm really appreciative of all that. But yeah, have a good day. See you.